Getting started in the morning with old trucks on the way to the job. Sometimes, well, frequently it looks like this. Hood up. Hood up. I can't say I really like that part of old trucks. Me not being a mechanic. What's up, YouTube? We're gonna fall some trees today. I put my truck on this side because the trees are going that way. Keep my stuff nice and close. Anywho, these pine trees go all this way. A little bit of a breeze. That one, camera probably doesn't do it any justice, but that has enough back weight that it needs a rope. And oh, these two also come this way. Make saw logs, peelers for the self-loader when he comes. Chip the debris. Make sure there's no stem wood laying around. That's it. So we'll put, this one has a decent lean. It's kind of that way, but we can go out this way. We'll put it right out there. Still waiting on my bucking special. In the meantime, I have to make do with this tripe. Look at it. Huh? It's gonna work, but wouldn't it be cooler if I was special?
Swinging with a bucking special?
This one has trunk weight this way, which is nice, but it has limb weight that way. It'll probably go over without a wedge, but we'll have one ready anyways. Right out here on top of this stuff. It's gonna have to brush past this oak tree. If we hurt the oak, it doesn't matter. This stuff's all coming out later, next week. So, kind of a dream job, really, especially for a guy who's kind of stressed out and just wants to punish something. You know, YouTube friends love this video.
Yeah, it just acts like, you know, these trees are the cause of anything that's gone wrong lately.
Yeah, this is like...
This tree poked a hole in your radiator this morning. What are you going to do about it?
That donut. SD card was not in the drone for that first one, so you'll never see that. Drone in the sky, take two. Here's what the stump looks like, see? Double the wedge side by side, makes them work together. Now, here I was, you could see, I left the fat over here, and then I feathered it in. You can tell that all these fibers were cut. All these fibers were cut. Well, the tree was moving faster. You see the difference? And that just kind of feathers it into the hole there, because I held this way as long as I could to protect that tree. Not because I have to, but just because, you know, it's fun, I guess. And yeah. Also, when your face cuts are not very wide open, kind of a short, then it's more likely to barber chair. So you want to get that wood severed to a thinner hinge as it goes over, if that makes sense, which means more time on the stump, which you shouldn't do unless you're at that level. Can I say that? YouTube friends, I wanted to show you this little thing. It's called a luft. Now, that tree leans back toward that brand new home, right? Leans back pretty hard. So ideally we would want, and we got some breeze, see it blowing up there? Ideally we would want a block in that tree so that we had double the pulling power with this skid steer. But then your block is up there and it's going to come down, bam, right? You could use a ring, but the pulley line goes through the pulley smoother. So you get the same effect by running your line through a block here. Okay, now that doesn't double your pull. All that does is changes the direction. But then this one, tied to the end of your pull line and anchored to a tree over there, and that tree is gone around twice and then tied, so there's less pressure on the knot. Then that's holding it, and then you got all this power now because your block is now here. And we just need to put the tree out here. I'm sure we'll have Adam move, but it'll be out there and not on top of the block, and we'll be able to get our lines back. All right, that's the plan. Maybe we'll help the pulling with some wedges, but you can kind of finesse that as you go by reading the situation as it develops, as it unfolds.
There are more lizards on this property than you've ever seen.
Oh, he likes me. Let's do some pulling. Right. Find a reference point like this madrone. Go. Back up. Okay. Okay. So now we have it all bowed out that way. And that's that real stretchy pull rope. So it'll keep pulling even. What is that stuff called? Polydyne? Yeah. That polydyne stuff. See, we got the tree bowed like this. That polydyne stuff will keep pulling even when you're not pulling anymore. It's like a rubber band. Time to make a face cut. super easy with the right tools. Polydyne was doing a lot of pulling for us, even when the Vermeer was just sitting there. So here's what I was saying about not crashing your blocks. So there's one of them. See how we were going to put the tree out there. And here's the other one right there. Just how we like it. All right, let's talk about these next two. Oh, no, wait. Talk about these next two really quick. It leans this way out into the woods, but I'm sure I can use the hinge. Ponderosa pine is real hingy. I'm sure I can hit that spot with no rope or wedge or nothing. This one, I would wedge it over. It's pretty straight, but I can't swing an axe with the fence right there. So we'll put a line in that one and pull it over. And we're going for this spot. The reason we keep picking on this spot instead of like, see like that tree? See that whacked out? That thing leans really hard that way. We'll pull it beside that oak, even though it's kind of a pain, just to keep our mess over here so that we only have one spot to clean up. So Damien's gonna put a line in the tree.
And I can't wait.
Yep. The young climbers, they just think that's so nifty. Isn't it? Don't they?
Yeah, it's really nifty.
This one will be just a straight pull. Just a straight pull. See? Vermeer pulling downhill on the flat. That tree will come right over. Alright, go ahead and pull it. That's enough for now. I'll tell you more on the stump when I'm cutting. Some people would think I was stupid for leaving my truck there, but I've had kind of a stressful couple of weeks, and it makes me happy to leave my truck there. It makes me happy. It's enjoyable to, you know, it's just like being in a warm bath. Just, it's just peaceful. I just really need to do this, and it's like I'm not worried also. So this is either a prologue to a disaster, which it isn't, or it's just me getting some nice peace and quiet from a stressful week. So let's do this. Try them in there. What do you think?
Yeah, it's in place.
I suppose I could slap it with a limb, but you know, it broke down this morning, so it deserves it, really.
It deserves a little spanking.
See, that was not stressful. That was like, I wish my truck was closer. There, that should make it more interesting. The wind switched. It's actually helping this time. Huh? Blowing it right toward the truck. Well, I gotta explain this a little bit. Cameras don't always show what's really going on, but you see, I'll hold the camera straight. So we got some nice lean this way, except when you look up the tree, it's actually, it hooks back this way, and we really want it that way through that hole, see? So we're going to be asking we're going to be asking these hinge fibers on the stump to really work hard in order to get it in there, but it'll go. It will probably go. It's highly likely to go. That was barely doable.
Just enough to get it on the other side.
I mean, it was groaning over here on this other side. It was over here. I was cutting here and leaving. I left. It's hard to tell here, but what I was doing, but I was leaving. You see where I cut it at the last, right here. But I was making a curve. See, there it is. See this? That curve? I was kind of sneaking a more hinge by not cutting straight across, but cutting with the tip. And then I got it where I wanted. Yeah. I was leaving it there, because if you only cut straight across, then you only have triangle. You only have a triangle, but a Nike swoosh is what hinge works better on like something you gotta swing with the hinge. So
Yeah.
Nike swoosh. Does that make sense? Okay, last one is this kind of weird looking. See, I'll hold my hand vertical. So it's way over there, right? And it would go like down there. We could do it. We could move the chipper and put it there. Or we could pull it, compensation, way back that direction, and then lay it beside this oak tree, and then all of our stuff is in one spot. You guys watch this thing. It's gonna go back and down. Completely against what it wants to do. See what kind of command we have. Go ahead. Tons of command. Okay, leave it there. I'll cripple it.
Or are you gonna just try to get it to just go over and...
I really kind of want it right on top of that little dead fir tree there. Yeah. Yeah, right next to the oak tree, right on top of that little fir. What we'll probably try to do is get it to start missing, to be clearly missing, and then dive it back in.
See, that's what I kind of picture.
Yeah, with cutting the holding wood at the end. Yeah.
To get it to kind of swoop would be...
Yeah, then it won't hang up in that other little oak tree.
I want it to be like kind of committed that way,
but then dive over at the end. Yeah, that's what that'd be ideal. Make sure, just in case for some crazy reason.
I'm ready to run.
Yeah, because you're right under it.
I'm ready.
Wait till the hornets quiet down to say this. So me and Damien literally just walked it over. Him with, he was in my head, and I was having him pull, stop, and we just walked it over. And then when we got it committed, it was over committed, which was the plan, but then we cut this wood off. That's all the wood that's keeping it. And then it falls into the hole. So hopefully that'll show up on video, I don't know. But it's...
Yeah, it definitely went over and then back out.
Yeah. I mean, I would have liked to have been like a few inches more to the left.
Mm-hmm.
But I was using your saw, and my saw cuts faster, so...
Well, I was gonna say mine's a little sharper than most, so...
Okay, well, now we just have to clean it up. That's it. Little Vermeer decked all of this, and I must say, pretty nice machine. I mean, I like climbing, but there's nothing like just making a big thing hit the ground, you know, from the ground. These are my favorite kind of jobs. That little Vermeer, I mean, wow. Because you can lift and drag, then you're not tearing up a bunch of real estate with the butt of the log. It's kind of like a grapple skidder, only it's small. But it's big enough to do this. I'm really impressed. We definitely... I guess that's enough talk.